So you want to be Emperor. There's a lot that goes into this achievement and title. If you want to know more, keep watching. Hi folks, welcome to Revision. Today I'm going to talk about what requirements go into the Emperor achievement along with my personal experience when I tried to get Emperor in Elder Scrolls Online. First, let's start with the basics for the achievement. And I'll bring up the map here on Cyrodiil. To be Emperor on any map, you must be number 1 on the leaderboard at the time, along with having all 6 Emperor keeps, as they show on the above here. Now, let me just give you a visual perspective on those keeps. The Empering is from here and it goes all the way around here. So these are the 6 keeps you must have along with being number 1 on the leaderboard in order to get the Emperorship. If, however, your alliance has already taken all 6 keeps and has crowned an Emperor, you will have to wait until the number 1 person on the leaderboard is either dethroned, meaning the current Emperor is dethroned, or he drops out of the map. And if he does drop, or if he or she drops out of the map, that doesn't mean the runner-up will get Emperor automatically. It just means you have an opportunity to get Emperor at that time. They do this specifically because a while back in the game, ZOS changed the rules on Emperor. It used to be that the person that gets all the 6 keeps and is number 1 was crowned Emperor, and if they dropped out of the map, they could essentially pass down the Emperorship to the next runner-up. So ZOS didn't like that, and it was basically almost borderline cheating for the achievement. So they put a stop to that. If the person drops out and all 6 keeps they have under their possession, no Emperor will be crowned until one of those keeps is lost and then gained back. Hence, if you're going to drop out of the map and give it to someone else, you would want 5 keeps, drop out, and then the other person would try to take that last keep and then be crowned Emperor to kind of pass it along. But they do that so that you can't rig the system, so to speak, but it's still rigged, and I'll tell you more about that when I tell you my Emperor experience. But that's how you get the Emp achievement. Now, to be Emperor, you don't have to be the best PvP player. It is just a matter of getting the most alliance points at the time. And you don't even have to be a great player. You could be an average player and still become Emperor. However, the time that you have to put in, I'm not making this up, it's going to be a lot of time. And how much time it is for you depends on your strategy and how good you are in PvP. Obviously, if you're a better player, you'll have an easier time going for Emp. If you're not so good of a player, then you're going to have to use a little bit more strategy than anything else. Now, let me tell you my experience in getting the Emperorship. I'm just going to say flat out, before you even go for Emperor, do not try to go at it towards the end of the map. And when I say the end of the map, if you look at the upper right-hand corner of the screen where it says campaign ends in 3 days, you don't want to go into a campaign towards the end of it when it's about to finish and then try to get the Emperorship. Because, I mean, look where you would be here on this. The leaderboard guy is right now at 6 million alliance points. You would have to catch up 6 million alliance points. Versus if this map were to start fresh at 0, then you'd have a lot easier time going for Emperor. So first and foremost, if you're going to go for Emperor, don't try to go on a map towards the end of the campaign. You want to go on the map towards the beginning. That's clue number one there to being effective on this. Also, when the map changes over, from my experience, goes transitions from the campaign ending to the campaign beginning, there is about a 30-minute to an hour lag. And when I say lag, no points go on the board during this 30 minutes to an hour. This is something that's not talked about, but I'm telling you from my own personal experience, this happens. And I haven't gone for EMP in 3 years. It's been 3 years since that tragic day when I went for it and failed. But I can tell you right now that lag, that time period where there's nobody on the leaderboard, I believe it still exists. So be aware of that. If you're trying to cash in like some of your quests and stuff to get alliance points to get yourself the leg up, you might want to be aware of that lag. Because if you try to do it um, during that lag period, you're just going to accumulate points and not be on the leaderboard. So that's one of my friendly advices to people. If you're going for Emperor, be aware of that lag. Now, when I went for Emp, the rules were different. At that time, you would accumulate alliance points by being in a specific area and trying to maximize the most amount of points doing battles, let's say on a fort battle or whatever. The rules since then have changed. You can be everywhere and every place and accumulate all kinds of different points. So you want to spread yourself out as much as possible, do a little fighting here and there, and get alliance points accumulated that way. And as I talked about in one of my videos, you can be at one of those big fort battles, repair a wall real quick, leave the battle, do some fighting elsewhere, and get the defensive tick alliance points from that fort battle. That's one way to get a massive amount of alliance points. The other way is that you have help. Obviously, the more help you have, the better. And the more people working at your side will increase your chances dramatically of getting the achievement quicker, faster, and a lot less painstakingly. I unfortunately didn't have much of any help when I went for Emperor. I was in a fort battle 3 years ago, and at that time the alliance point system distribution was different. So what happened was we fought the big fort battle. Everybody left the battle. I was the only person at that fort, and everybody, by leaving the fort battle, abdicated their alliance points for that battle. So when I started at the campaign, when the clock ticked and it was started accumulating alliance points for the beginning of the campaign, I ended up with this massive boost of alliance points from that one fort battle that propelled me into the leaderboard. And then from there, the alliance I was working with at the time, AD, was pretty good and strong on that map, and they were doing very good. So we captured a lot of the keeps. It took me 8 hours, okay? 8 hours of blood, sweat, and tears. I got up to 5 forts, and I needed one more. Unfortunately, I was not able to take that last fort along with some of the people that randomly helped me try to take it. And once we failed to take that fort, somebody else overtook me on the leaderboard. Um, I could say those 8 hours were probably the most tense ever. I could not eat, leave my Xbox within a 5 foot radius. I couldn't go to the bathroom. I couldn't do anything. If I even got up for a few seconds to do anything, I was in danger of losing my place on the leaderboard. That's how tense it is. So I'm just being honest with you. You need to go in knowing that, you know, it's not going to be easy and you're going to have to work hard at it. It's not something you can Mickey Mouse. Now, there are people that, are really good at doing it and they can get it easily. But for an average player like me, it was difficult. And had I had just a little bit more help with this achievement, and I'm saying good help, not the help that I got, because the help that I got, I almost felt that my alliance was trying to screw me. They were taking me outside of the battle areas that were getting decent ticks, and I think they were trying more or less to sabotage me more than to help me. That's from my own personal experience. I'm not going to name names or anything, but it was not a good experience for me overall. And, I don't think I'll be going for Emperor anytime soon. If I do go for it, I definitely am going to establish a better team on my side. Um, there's a lot of smack talk when you go for Emperor. They will sit there and they will name call you and they won't even know who you are. I mean, it's like really they spend more time bashing the person going for Emperor than they do trying to help or hurt the person going for Emperor. So it just, I don't know, it boggles my mind. It's like, just play the game. If you want to be better than me, then be better than me. You know, you don't need to bash the person. But that's what happens. So just be aware that it will happen to you. They're not nice out there. It's not the best people. But what you get for that wonderful experience, if you do manage to get the emperorship, if you look behind me, you get this wonderful throne that you are able to buy with AP points once you get the achievement. It's called the Throne of Cyrodiil. Looks really cool, as you can see. It's one of the nicest thrones you can get. And you get that in the costume, along with the title, Former Emp. Because if you're the current Emp, that means you're still playing in PvP. If you're a former Emp, that just means you got it sometime along the many years of playing. And congratulations. But in my opinion, it's one of the hardest achievements to get in the game, only because you can't really solo it. I mean, you can if you're really good. This is where you have to be a really good PvP player if you're trying to solo it. But if you're just an average player like me, you know, I don't pretend to be a great PvP player. I'm not, but I came very close, considering that I didn't have much experience under my belt, and that I was going into it with very to little to no help. Um, I was able to come far. But like I said, if you're going to go for the achievement, you definitely want to start at the beginning of the campaign, not towards the end. So that's your big clue. Um, and if you can cash out some of those quests, like the kill 40 players or whatever, you want to do that at the start of the campaign also, so you give yourself a leg up. But that's my experience in trying to get the emperorship. Um, I hope this video was helpful to you. And if you like this video, become a subscriber. And I put out videos on Elder Scrolls Online each and every week. And I'll be making some more videos in the future, talking about some various different subjects. So keep watching, and I'll see you next time.